These 10 new games blew me away completely, and almost nobody is talking about them. And the last one looks like a AAA shooter. However, it was built by one developer. Let's dig in. This one might actually be one of the prettiest games I've seen released this week, and it's called Moss, the Forgotten Relic. You play alongside a tiny mouse named Quill as you explore this gorgeous storybook world, solving environmental puzzles, uncovering hidden secrets, and slowly making your way through a forgotten kingdom. The coolest part is that it feels like you're guiding the adventure instead of just controlling a character. Now, if you enjoy slower-paced adventures with beautiful worlds, clever puzzles, and surprisingly emotional story, you'll probably love this one. What if instead of saving a kingdom, your next job was stealing wreckage inside the Bermuda Triangle? Because this next one is probably one of the most chaotic co-op games released this week, and it's called Wreck Runners. You and up to 3 friends head into the Bermuda Triangle searching for valuable salvage, except everything is physics based. You're desperately throwing cargo onto your truck while the whole world around you is constantly trying to ruin your run. So if you enjoy unpredictable co-op games where every run turns into complete chaos, this one's definitely worth checking out. And trust me, the game I'm saving for last genuinely looks like it should have had a multi-million-dollar budget. Now this next one may look incredibly wholesome at first glance, but something is seriously off. Because in this game called D-topia, you work as the newest caretaker of this AI-controlled city, solving clever environmental puzzles and helping residents with everyday problems. But the deeper you go, the more you realize this perfect world isn't nearly as perfect as it seems. So if you enjoy slower puzzle adventures with mystery, meaningful choices, and stories that make you think afterwards, this one is perfect for you. Now, if you're enjoying this top 10 list so far, make sure to leave a like. Now, this next one is one of those games where every single person is lying to you, and it's called The Mermaid Mask. You investigate the murder of a mysterious submarine captain inside of one of the strangest settings I've seen in a detective game ever. Every clue can be examined in detail, every suspect has something to hide, and the deeper you investigate, the weirder the mystery becomes. If you enjoy solving mysteries instead of watching them unfold, you'll probably get hooked by this one. But honestly, I still can't believe the last game was made by just one person. Can't wait for you to see it, so stick around. Now imagine buying your own planet, only to realize it came with a few problems. Well, let me introduce to you Farlands, a game where you move to an abandoned planet to rebuild an old farm, explore nearby worlds for resources, and slowly uncover why this entire solar system was left behind. It starts off cozy, but there's clearly a much bigger mystery hiding underneath. So if you enjoy relaxing progression, exploration, and building something from nothing, this game looks incredibly satisfying. And if you're always looking for games like these before everyone else finds them, consider subscribing because I post new hidden game discoveries every single week. Now this next one isn't the type of shooter where you run in guns blazing, and that's exactly why people love it so much, and it's called Ground Branch. Every mission feels like an actual special operations mission because you carefully clear buildings, communicate with the teammates, and customize every piece of your gear, and one bad decision can end the entire run. Just keep in mind this game rewards patience way more than fast reflexes, so if you enjoy slower tactical shooters that make every firefight feel tense, you'll probably sink hundreds of hours into this one. Now the last game somehow looks even more polished than this one, and it wasn't even made by a big studio. However, I genuinely have no idea how someone came up with the idea for this next one, because in Denshattack, you grind rails, pull tricks, and launch yourself across Japan, except instead of a skateboard, you're riding a flying train, and somehow it only gets crazier from there, with giant bosses, insane locations, and non-stop action. So if you enjoy fast-paced arcade games that don't take themselves too seriously, this looks ridiculously fun for you. Now let me know in the comments which game impressed you the most so far, because I'm curious if we're thinking of the same one. And although we've already covered a murder mystery game, this one is still somehow different because it's called The Incident at Galley House. Because years after a brutal crime rocked an abandoned mansion, you're given a machine that lets you listen to fragments of the past. From there, it's entirely up to you to connect the pieces and work out what actually happened that night. So if you like detective games that actually make you think instead of holding your hand, this one is perfect for you. Alright, let's switch gears now. Because imagine if surviving wasn't enough, you also had to put on a good show. Well, let me introduce to you Meta Ghost. heart-breaking show. This is a game where you're thrown into a futuristic tournament where every fight is being broadcasted live. The better your combat looks, the more support you earn, while upgrading your cybernetic abilities and carving your own fighting style through every run. So if you enjoy stylish combat with lots of progression and replayability, this game looks incredibly satisfying. Alright, the game I've been teasing this whole video is finally next, and honestly I still can't believe one developer built it by himself, and it's called Project RAZE. Fall of Terra, a game where you play as humanity's most advanced combat android, with the goal of boarding enormous enemy ships to stop an invasion before Earth falls. The movement is ridiculously fast, the gunplay looks incredibly satisfying, and instead of worrying about dying, you're constantly chasing better and better runs while unlocking new weapons and new abilities. So if you enjoy fast shooters with tons of progression and gameplay that rewards mastering movement, you seriously need to keep an eye on this one. Now you'll probably love the video on screen right now because I talked about 10 games that had just released that morning.